What's up everyone, Bartol is Hideout Gaming here, and today I have a special episode. As always, it's normal now to have these boys here on my stream, on my channel. We have Seth Mckenzie, over there I think, and Jonny Alves, over here. They're with me again to talk about what, guys?
The remasters.
Of course! It's news all over the world now. Yeah, guys. Okay. First of all, Seth, you've been here for a long time. You're a long time fan. I want to hear your thoughts about the remasters. Is it any good? Did you enjoy? Did you like it?
I think they've made all the right decisions, and I'm really hard to please. Seriously, I pick up on the smallest flaws, but they made all the right artistic decisions. It looks right, and if you don't like the way the graphics look, you can toggle back to the old graphics. It's perfect. It's gonna please everyone.
Yeah, Jonny, you're a fan, a casual fan. What do you think? Is this a game that you're interested? You're gonna play it?
No.
Yeah, so the fact that they've put it on the Switch is a big thing, because I think it's very much for the casual fan, the remaster, if you want that little light introduction into Tomb Raider. And it could pick up a different demographic that they didn't expect, because a lot of people who play on PlayStation might be a bit more hardcore gamers, whilst Nintendo Switch is more for those, let's have a little bit of fun.
For sure.
And we've got deep pockets, because the Switch cartridges ain't cheap.
Yeah, but they are. I think there's only the online version, right? The hard copy. We don't have hard copies yet, do we? It's not confirmed.
No.
Not confirmed. Well, either way, I'm sure at least in the UK it'll be at least £60.
No, it's not. I heard it's actually cheap. It's actually like 25, 23
25.
Yeah. 25.
Yeah, for the three games.
Pre-order. It's getting on pre-order straight away. 25. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man, that's a good price.
That's what we should
if they wanted to make a lot of money, they could have.
Yeah.
They just put like 40 quid or something, and people would buy it anyway. The hardcore fans, even the casual fans, I think they would buy it, because it's a good price. Imagine 40 quid or 35 quid. It is already a good price, even for a remastered game. But also
three.
Yeah, the
with
three.
expansion packs.
Yeah.
With the expansion packs, exactly.
All expansions and separate levels.
Yeah, but a casual fan wouldn't know that, right? They'll be just like, oh, Tomb Raider, 3 games, cool, let's try it. But even £35 or £40, it's even cheaper than new games, new releases like 60 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, the price is absolutely amazing. I think it's really attractive, and I think the defining thing will be if the modernized controls are actually modernized, like 360-degree analog controls, responsive. It'll be so attractive. I think that'll be the defining thing. Because the tank controls are probably the biggest thing that stopped people from trying it.
Yeah. There's a lot of.
I get that.
Go on.
Sorry, I get that, but it doesn't make me any difference. I don't think.
Not you, but new fans potentially.
Yeah, I think if you want to attract the Gen Zs and beyond, you have to make the controls a bit more. What's the word? A bit more accommodating. You can't keep it to how it was back in the 90s and early 2000s, because, let's face it, a lot of us got frustrated back then. And I feel like we were much more patient with it back then because of the technology. We knew what the technology was. I think these days there's almost an expectation that the controllers have to be up to a certain level for it to be playable, because otherwise you just won't pick it up.
Yeah.
Cool. And what do you guys think about the marketing plan? Because there was no marketing plan for this game, honestly. I mean, not yet, until release. And I know sometimes they hint things, they make people talk for months. I know the game is out in February. That's what, 5 months or something, 6 months.
Yeah. long 5 months.
Which we might have more trailers for sure. Probably one.
Yeah.
At least one, I guess.
I thought it was an easy, quick win because we were discussing in the last video how we don't know where they're going to go. There's no rumors about anything.
That's true.
So I think bringing out a remastered trilogy in an age where everybody else is doing it makes sense because it calms the fans down a little bit. You know, here's something for you to play for now. But that only works, in my opinion, if you've got something in the pipeline. So I think they've played it smart because I mean, when was the last Tomb Raider released? Like 4 or 5 years ago?
5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time, I think. This is coming from an Elder Scrolls fan.
Yeah.
But when Tomb Raider is your thing, they don't really have much else, do they? They don't have a poster boy. They've got a poster girl, her. They don't have a poster boy. There's nothing else. So,
Marvel's Avengers. No.
Nah.
I'm sorry, I'm leaving the call. Yeah, I think they played a wise move doing that. They could have either have re-released the HD collection, which was already done, or done the original trilogy, and I thought they did the right move, to be honest.
Yeah, the HD trilogy you're referring to, the Legend trilogy.
That's right, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be up for even that as well, to be honest. I mean, PlayStation players can only play that on PS3, so that's kind of at a stage where even that needs a remaster. But yeah, marketing-wise, I'm glad they just came out with a trailer instead of
Yeah.
just an announcement, and we, you know, didn't know what it looked like. So I'm glad we've got actual footage.
Yeah. Any worries about these remasters? Do you guys have any concerns? Yeah, tell me, what's your expectations?
I mean,
Seth?
yeah, there is a lot that could go wrong. I mean, there was the GTA trilogy and the Silent Hill HD collection back in the day that were complete messes.
Yeah, I heard
So,
about that shit.
Yeah,
Go on.
and so they could mess it up. There could be loads of glitches and AI issues like Open Lara. You know, it looks good, but the AI is really messed up. So if they're moving it to another engine, then yeah, there's room for error. But if they're staying in the same engine, might be okay.
Question. Do you think they're gonna have the same breaking, you know, the games, you know, the speedrunners, what they do, they jump on the other side of the map or whatever. Do you think that's still gonna be in the remaster?
Oh, like the corner bug and stuff.
Yeah, cornerback, that's it.
Do you know what? I kind of hope so.
You hope so?
You know, it's strangely, yeah, because you can get to the top of Lara's mansion with the corner bug.
Yeah.
It'll be strangely a shame if they get rid of that.
Really?
It's impossible to say. It might be so baked into the engine that they can't really get rid of it because it's in all 5 games. We'll see.
Cool.
It's one of those. It's a hard balance to. You want to take out the game-breaking bugs, but you also want to keep in the little cheats, the little nuances where you can, just as a little nod to the fans that used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's
Makes sense.
it's a hard lock, that one.
To me, I haven't done it before. I know you can do it, but I just simply don't do it because I don't know why. It just literally it doesn't. I don't know. I don't like it, to be honest. It breaks the game. It breaks the game that I love so much. I don't know. There's something in there.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of bugs in Final Fantasy, and you can keep Aerith alive, a girl that dies. She's very famous, by the way. You should know that, Seth. But I never did it. It's just not my thing. So I'm not worried if they remove all the bugs and actually make the game work properly. But if they don't, for me, it won't make any difference, I guess.
They just for me, they just got to make sure that it's. Well, we spoke about it being half-baked. They just got to make sure that it works properly on release because there's so many remasters and new games that just come out and they're just clearly not ready.
Yeah.
So this is an easy win for them. They've announced it. It shouldn't be too difficult to make it all work in the time that they've got, because they're not exactly doing anything else. They're sitting on their hands at this point.
Yeah. Do you guys think, Seth? Do you think Crystal Dynamics has anything to do with this remastered?
I mean, they showed contempt for classic Tomb Raider in the past, so no, I feel like it's probably Embracer Group.
Yeah.
And it's been done by a company called Aspire or something, who did the Mac ports back in the day. So, yeah, I'm not going to give Crystal any credit. They put their name on it, but I'm not going to give them any credit. They could have done this years ago. It might have been Square Enix that prevented them.
Possibly.
It's hard to say.
Possibly. They probably just there's no more money to make there, but it actually is, because remastering they did it for a lot of games now. They do it for a lot of JRPGs. Remastering old games make money.
It's easy money.
It's one of those, like, if we talk about if they're waiting for Square Enix to let them do their thing, does that mean that they were waiting for things like the music, some stupid things like that? Sometimes you can't put the old-fashioned music on a new game because someone's got the rights to it. That's what prevented a lot of GTA music from the old games going onto the new ones. The originals onto the remastered trilogy, because it was all to do with music rights and things like that. So I would hope, with the time that it's been, that they've brought all the music, all the sounds, the voice acting, nothing like that changes. It all needs to stay the same, I think, if you want the fan base to be happy. Because if Lara makes a little sound that's different from the original, someone will kick off.
I will go 8. I'll be so angry. Nah, but some people were questioning maybe they'll bring in Keeley Hawes to voice, but that would make no sense. That's a different continuity. So
you don't need any further voice acting. You just overlay what you've got. The story stays the same. The games are effectively the same. Tweak it here and there, make it better where you can.
Yes.
I'm sure they've got some content that they can use cleverly here and there.
Yeah, and it's not like the the sound quality or the acting quality was bad. I mean, for 90s games, it sounds and was acted really, really well. So that's great for preservation.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of voice acting in the first game. They did it in the second, but so it's not whatever was there was good.
Yes.
Exactly. So it shouldn't be too difficult in terms of sounds.
Yeah. I hope they don't make any weird changes, like renaming Lara's home to Croft Manor, because it only became Croft Manor for the films. So
this here is what I'm talking about. I wouldn't even care. I would pick up that game, and if it's called Croft Manor, that's fine by me.
Yeah.
It's Lara's home, man.
Yeah,
fans like you will pick up on it and go, "No, damn it."
That's it. 90% of the people wouldn't care about that change. It just wouldn't. It's just a name, it's just a level name. That doesn't matter.
I would literally get a refund if they change it to Croft Manor.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, not really.
Right. Do you really think they would have like copyright issues or something, and would change the music? I don't think so, right?
I feel like if they had, something would have come out in a report by now.
Yeah, is that possible even? I don't think. It was included in the old game. Is it possible to change the music just because it's not theirs anymore?
It has happened in films. Yeah, when things are old and you try and redo it, sometimes you can't get the music exactly how you want it because someone owns the rights to it, and they're not willing to give it up or whatever.
Yeah. It's
costing money.
Like commercial music. I mean, this was just orchestral music just made for the games, and the trailer actually had some of the old school music. So I think
they did. Yeah, so that's probably not a problem.
You'd hope that they can keep it.
No, cool.
Yeah, I think they will. I mean, there were actually iOS ports of the games a few years ago.
There
I
were.
think that had the music.
Tell me you didn't buy it.
Only one of them, like for £1, literally.
Yeah, they're pretty shit. I tried them as well. Probably bought them. Can't remember.
Yeah,
But-
tank controls on a screen,
Ah.
just awful.
Horrible. Yeah, I have to beat myself. I don't want to get demonetized, but yeah. That shit, it was horrible.
Yeah,
And guys,
but
one thing that I want to ask. Now, there's nothing to do with the remasters. The direction. What do you think they're gonna announce after? Do you think it's gonna be the AAA game, or, you know, if in 6 months the game does well? I mean, after 6 months after it, I mean, we're talking about a year. They're probably gonna announce the new game. But do you think with the new AAA game coming, that if this remaster does well, they will remaster the other 2 or 3 games, even though we're probably gonna have the AAA game in the next couple of years? Do you think they'll do that?
yeah, I think the mainline game will take a few more years still, and in that time, if this trilogy does enough sales, they'll quickly commission. All right, let's do Tomb Raider 4 and 5 and add that as like a standalone DLC.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good option.
I think if they're smart, they see how it does in terms of sales. So we get to Feb, 6 months down the line, release some sort of communication about the new AAA game, be it trailer, gameplay trailer, just an announcement with the name of the flipping game, something. Because I don't think, for me, it wouldn't be smart from them if they go. For me, the timing's curious, because if you're going to announce a remastered trilogy, I feel like you've got something planned, something's happening, something's on the way. You are reminding people that you're around, so you've given them something that they want. I don't think it would be smart for them to immediately follow the trilogy with another remastered couple of games, because I mean, for me, and I'm not a heavy Tomb Raider fan. I like Tomb Raider, but for me, if they go right, here's the remastered trilogy. Oh, and by the way, we're going to remaster these 2 as well. It's like, well, you're going to release a new game, or you're just going to keep rehashing the old ones? That would annoy me. If that's the direction they were going in. So for me, I think they need to do the remastered trilogy, announce the new game, and I don't even think it'd be wise for them to release the other remastered games. I think you need to release the new one and then think about doing more remasters, because I don't think it would go down well if you just go remaster, announcement, remaster.
Well, if they do another remaster, that won't like delay the development of the main game. I know some people might potentially ignorantly think that it's getting in the way and taking resources from the main game, but it's being outsourced and
doing it.
Yeah,
that's fine. But what I'm saying is,
Go on.
I'd want to play this game now. I don't want to play another remaster. Do you know what I mean? I want you to, I've had my nostalgia hit. Now give me something new, and then we can go for another nostalgia hit.
I'd rather all the nostalgia hits at once, to be honest. But
do you think
I
it's
get what
gonna?
you're saying.
Do you think it's gonna, sales wise? Do you think it's gonna do better if the next remaster is done 6 months after Feb, and then they announce the new game, and the new game it's after those 2 remasters, or do you think the new game in between it's better?
That is a good question, because there could be burnout, because
Exactly.
it is basically 4 games. Like with all the DLC, it's like basically 4 games.
Plus, it is like an old. I know it's remastered, but still old system, old controls and stuff. People will not want 6 games. They'll get burned out. If they're not,
Yeah,
if they're not, a heavy fan, they'll get burned out. That's for sure.
Yeah, okay. They could for both of those reasons you two said, play it more safe and do the second remaster after.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you do the first remaster, announce the new game, and then if you were to release the second remaster, I think the second remaster would tank. I really do think it would, because it would be about timing. People would be like,
Yeah.
it's a remaster. I'll give you an example. For example, Bethesda, they've got more toys to play with, right? They've got Fallout, they've got Elder Scrolls, and now they have Starfield, right? So it's a long-running joke that Elder Scrolls 6 is somewhere. Who knows? But in between that time, they've released Fallout 4 and they've released Starfield. Okay, they're different IPs, but it's something to tide you over. And of course, they have remastered Skyrim about 16 times.
Yeah.
But at least we've had other things, new things that move the mechanics along, so that you sort of get an idea of what will be coming in the future, even if it's not the full.
Yeah.
It's not Elder Scrolls 6, but you look at Starfield and you think, right, these elements should carry well into Elder Scrolls 6. Crystal don't have that. They have Tomb Raider, and unless they're about to do some sort of offshoot game that's similar to Tomb Raider but not Tomb Raider, they have to do in my opinion, they have to do the remasters, announce and release, not straight away, the new game, and then do another set of remasters after that.
And I think, now that we're talking about, I think that set of remasters has to be exactly the same as it's been now. With the new game, with the second AAA game for the PS5 or whatever, in development already.
Yeah.
And they release those remasters a year before the new game or something like that. To pump the sales and to make Tomb Raider relevant, you know?
Yeah.
That might be
you
a
look
thing
at,
again.
Yeah, you look at Crash as well, right? They remastered the trilogy, and then what did they do? They released the fourth game.
Yeah.
The fourth game wasn't hugely different from the first three, but it doesn't matter. Crash is Crash, and it worked because they realized that the appetite for Crash is still there. They stayed faithful to the originals largely. I reckon they enhanced it even more. They didn't. Yeah. They did much better than any of us expected, I think.
Yeah.
And they released Crash 4, and Crash 4 was a success.
Cool. Guys, one last thing before we wrap up. Predictions for the new game again. Seth, when?
Predictions.
I want to know, when? And where is the development going?
Where is the development? Probably, don't they usually announce 6 months before release or something? So I'm thinking probably Christmas 2024. So maybe shortly after February for the remasters, once that's had its main hit of sales, they'll be like, okay, let's now focus on the announcement and the hype build up for the next Tomb Raider. So yeah, I think it will come about late 2024.
Jonny?
I'm a bit more pessimistic. I think the trilogy in Feb. I think they'll do an announcement summer to autumn 2024, and then I think we won't see the game until at least the same time in 2025. So I think somewhere between June and September 2025, I expect to see that Tomb Raider game.
So Q2 2025. I'm writing it down because in a year when the game is released, I'll say, okay, Seth or Jonny or me. Alright, we'll have to pay beers to Jonny because he got the date correct.
Well, what's your prediction?
My prediction, Q1 2025, no more than that.
If it gets delayed, then who sort of...
Doesn't matter. If it gets delayed, maybe Jonny wins because he's the latest one in the year, okay?
I feel like it will get delayed. It's one of those that will get announced and then it will get delayed, as every game does these days. But again, you don't mind delayed games as long as they flip and work.
Yeah, absolutely. I always support games getting delayed. So yeah, and for all of Crystal's flaws, even though they're artistically completely bankrupt, they are technologically very, very proficient. Like their games are very polished. So I think it'll be in good standing in that way.
Cool. That's a good way to end this. Guys,
Amazing.
thanks very much for being here on a Sunday morning where Jonny has a date. Yes, it's on record. Sorry, Jonny. Seth, I don't know what he has today, but he probably has things to do. I'm very much hungover, but we still did it, guys. We still did it just because freaking classic Tomb Raider games are out next year and we want to talk about it. Here we go.
I know, man.
Here we go.
Stoked. Thanks for having us.
Thanks very much. And guys, as always, where's my camera? Here. As always, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. Stay safe and Seth.
And take care. Oh, what do you normally say?
Fail.
So we do it again. Shit, what do you normally say?
Alright.
And until our next adventure. That's the one.
Yeah, see you on our next adventure or something like that.
Yeah, until our next adventure. Peace.
Christ.
Peace.